Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Well, if you're new here, I'm so happy to see you, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. I'm glad to have you back. So today I've got something sort of different. Today we're gonna go shopping. And I'm talking about shopping for beginner quilters. So I wanted to take beginner quilters to Walmart to show you that you can get everything that you need as a beginner quilter to start your quilting journey. Do I shop at Walmart? No. But I've been sewing and quilting for a really long time. But it's a great place to get a bunch of beginner stuff that doesn't cost a fortune to get you started on your journey. And then if you decide that you love quilting as much as I do, you can always upgrade your things later. You wouldn't want to go out and buy a top-of-the-line machine, top-of-the-line products, and discover that after your first project that you hate quilting and then you spent all this money. So Walmart is a great place to spend $200 to $300 to get started quilting. So let's go shopping. Okay, I'm here at the local Walmart. We're going to go inside and see what we can find for quilting. So the first thing you're going to need to make a quilt is a sewing machine. Now, if you go to Walmart, you can get one as cheap as $92, and that will be just fine for piecing. And it looks like they have Brothers and Singers at my Walmart. Ooh, they even have a serger down there. And they range from $92 to about $300. The next thing you're going to need is some quilting rulers, a rotary cutter, and a rotary cutting mat, and some scissors, which all they have here, the Fiskars brand. Now this is all beginner level stuff, so if you're brand new to quilting and you are just getting started, until you know that you love it, don't spend top dollar. This stuff will do just fine. It'll work just as well as the more expensive stuff, and sometimes the cheaper stuff works just as well and you don't need to upgrade. Now, I started off with a really inexpensive machine, and then I upgraded once I fell in love with quilting. But I started off not in a Walmart. I got a very basic Janome that was only like $150, and then I upgraded. So one of these machines will be great until you decide that you love quilting. If you decide you love quilting, then you can upgrade. But for now, one of those machines will work, and Brothers a good company. And Fiskars is well known for their cutting supplies. So you've got all kinds of choices over here. You've got rotary blade replacements up there, which you'll need. There's all kind of scissors. What you're gonna need is a good pair of fabric scissors. So like this says fabric scissors on it, so find something that says fabric scissors. And then you're gonna need a smaller pair of scissors like these, which are called snips. Something like that would be good. Or even something like this. You're gonna need those to cut threads and things like that, okay? So you'll want scissors, and you're gonna wanna get a rotary cutting mat. Now, I see that they've got a set that comes with a mat, which is 18 by 12, and a rotary cutter. You might be tempted to get that, and that's a really nice thing, but I would tell you that very quickly you're going to be disappointed with the size of that mat, because you'll struggle to cut yardage. You're gonna wanna try to get the biggest mat you can for what your budget allows. Now this mat is a 24 by 36 inch mat. That's the perfect size because you can cut yardage on this. So I would start off with that if you can afford to get that. And then you'll want to get a rotary cutter, which is this guy here in the package, but they should have some separate, oh yeah, right up here. So they've got rotary cutters, they've got the ergonomic rotary cutter, and then you'll need replacement blades because those go dull. And you'll know because when you start cutting your fabric, they'll have a hard time getting through the fabric, and you'll have to cut multiple times, and you're gonna make a mess of your fabric. So you'll know when to change your blade. Okay, so you're gonna need that. And then you're gonna need a couple of sewing or quilting rulers. You'll probably want one that's like 24 inches long. This one's 6 by 24. And then you're gonna want a smaller one. Probably something like this would be good, a square one. This is 8.5 inch square for when you're piecing, trimming down your pieces. So that's a good place to start. And then you're gonna want an iron that gets hot. Whether you already have one at home, if you do, great. You don't need to buy another one. Steamfast has one right here at Walmart. That's a nice mini iron that you can use for piecing that gets really hot. I've had this iron, it works really well. But if you've already got one at home that you iron your clothes with, don't buy another one. You're fine for now. But definitely need the rulers, a mat, a rotary cutter, and some kind of scissors. If you can only get one kind of scissors, I actually recommend getting the snips. I think they're more useful than the fabric scissors. I use my rotary cutter for almost everything. I almost never use my fabric scissors except for when I'm cutting batting or large, about big cuts of yardage. So, and even then, most of the time I use my rotary cutter. So those are the things you're going to want to get there. Okay, on to the notions. So what you're going to want to get here is some needles. These are really good needles right here, Schmetz, and you'll want the universal, the 80-12. So those are perfect for piecing a quilt. So that you're going to want to grab a package of those. Now your machine should come with a few needles. They do carry extra bobbins, it looks like, for the Singer machines. Oh, and the Brother up there. Now look at the package when you buy your sewing machine and see how many bobbins it comes with. If it comes with 3 or 4 and you're just starting out, that will be just fine. But if it only comes with 1 or 2, you may want to grab that package up there of extra bobbins if you get the Brother, or those there if you get the Singer. The next thing you're going to get is some pins. Now, I like extra long satin pins. That's these right here. They're a little longer and they're thinner, so they won't leave big holes in your fabric. A lot of people like these ballpoint pins. I don't like those, but that's just a personal preference. Over time, you'll figure out more what you like. And of course, you can't sew without thread, so you need to grab some thread. They only have at my Walmart, I sew with 100% cotton thread, but here they only have Coats & Clark polyester. So I wouldn't personally buy this thread, but that's me. For a beginner, it probably doesn't much matter while you're getting used to your machine, and polyester breaks less. So what I would recommend if you're going to grab polyester thread is get some white, get some off-white, get some black, get some of the neutral colors, maybe gray, just to start, see all the rainbow of colors. It's beautiful, but you're not going to need those for piecing. So leave those on the rack and then just get those few. Or if you're like me and you want everything cotton, cotton fabric, cotton batting, cotton thread, go to one of the big box stores like Joann Fabrics or something like that and get some Gutermann 100% cotton thread. So the next thing you're going to need is you are going to need some fabric. Now, if you're going to use the pattern that I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you guys the fabric requirements at the end, or actually under the description box of this video. So all you have to do is click that gray box and click more. They do have fabric here at Walmart. I do not recommend using it. You are going to purchase this and your quilt is not going to be what you want. They don't have the best quality fabric. I use Quilt Shop quality fabric, but that being said, if you are brand new to quilting and you don't know what you like yet and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can use this as practice. A step up from this would be something at the big box stores like Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby, I guess is the other one. And then the step up from that is Quilt Shop quality fabric, which is what I use. But again, if this is what you can afford to start off with, or you want to try quilting and see if you like it before you invest too much money, this would be a good place to get some starter fabric. And actually, I've gotten this fabric before for practice on the long arm. It's just not super soft, and so it doesn't make a very cuddly quilt. But it's definitely usable. So if you want to grab some fabric here, you can, or you can go to a fabric store. But I just wanted to show you that you can potentially get everything you need to become a starter quilter at Joann or at Walmart or Joann's. But I'm estimating with everything that you would need to get started, and it is an investment, quilting is an investment, but if you got the most inexpensive machine over there and all the other things that I told you you would need, it's probably going to cost you about $200 to get started. So one more thing, I am now in the school supply section because it is that time of year. And I saw these little caddies, and they have them in different sizes. They have a mini one, a bigger one. These might be a really good thing to be organized in your sewing area, especially if you don't have a whole dedicated sewing room yet, since you're new to sewing, to put your rotary cutter, your scissors and things like that in. So I really like this little one up here. So just food for thought. Saw these on the way out. All right, well, I'm back from shopping, so let's have a little chat. So the one thing that I forgot to tell you to get, and I realized after I got home, is one of the most important things. I'm gonna get it out of my drawer and show you if I can find it in my drawer. Oh, no, it's over here. A seam ripper. You definitely need a seam ripper, okay? So make sure you get one, because even the best of quilters make mistakes. So get a seam ripper. Those are really inexpensive, just a couple of dollars. It doesn't matter what kind you get. I recommend getting something like this. This is a clover one. I just dropped it on the floor. It's gonna stay there till after, so I don't hurt myself picking it up. But there's all kinds of seam rippers, but that one works really well. I'm not sure what they had at Walmart. I should have looked and I didn't. They may have a clover one. There's several brands of them. It doesn't really matter. Just get a seam ripper because you're gonna need one. Number one. Number two, so what I'm going to offer to all of my beginners, and actually anybody subscribed to me, is a copy of my very beginner pattern for free. It's called A Star is Born. I'm so happy to share that with you if you would like to have a copy. The fabric requirements are in the description box below this video, but if you would like to have the complete pattern, which I will pop up a picture of right now so you can see it. It's a very simple pattern, just uses 3 different fabrics, and I will give you the fabric requirements that you need, and you can decide if you want to sew this or not. I'm going to put my email in the description box below this video. If you would like a copy, please send me an email and I'm more than happy to send you a copy of this pattern. I'm going to walk you through this pattern step by step right here on my channel. I'm going to start this in about 2 weeks. Let me look at the calendar and tell you the date. I'm going to be out of town for a retreat, so I'm going to start this on August 13th. And I'm going to show you how to make the blocks, and then I'll let you make all the blocks, and then I'll show you how to put the whole quilt top together. Okay? So you can do this. I named it A Star is Born on purpose because number one, there's stars in the quilt, which are my favorite things. Anybody who's been with me for any length of time knows that those are my favorite blocks. But I believe in you. I believe you can do this, and I believe you're going to be a quilting star. So let's get it done. Again, if you would like the pattern, please email me. My email is in the description box below this video, and I'll be happy to send you a copy of A Star is Born. Okay, so over the next 2 weeks, grab your fabric, get your sewing machine set up if you just got a new sewing machine, play with it, read the manual, figure out how to thread it, all those things, because every machine is different, so I can't show you how to thread your machine. My machine is very different from most machines because I have a semi-industrial machine. But there's all kind of videos on YouTube on how to thread all different kinds of machines. So if you got a specific brother, a specific singer, I have a Janome, somewhere on YouTube there's going to be a video, or from your manufacturer of your machine, brother, Janome, all those places, that will show you how to thread your machine, although it's also in your manual. But sometimes for visual people, it's easier to see it done, right? So get comfortable with your machine, take some scrap fabric, stitch some stitches, make sure you're using a straight stitch, about 2.0 stitch length, and then just play with it as much as you can until we start our quilt. All right, well, I will see you really soon, August 13th, to begin our beginner-friendly sew-along. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.